I'm going to get to the new incredible video and audio. It's up on Infowars.com. Kill Whites and Cops, Black Lives Matter affiliated radio show calls for race war. It's about to go down. It's open season on killing white people and crackers. And then that'll be open season for mentally ill, hate-mongering white people to go out. And you know it'll just be some totally innocent black lady or some innocent black guy coming home from work, some plumber, or some little kids in their car, and then some crazy meth head white guy is going to spray the vehicle. And I mean, it just, and that's why the White House and the Justice Department lets these groups do this. Guarantee they're federal run. And I want to say shame on the FBI, shame on the ATF, shame on all these federal marshals, all of you, if you don't take matters into your own hands and get, go talk to local grand juries, whatever. You've got influence. Have locals indict these people. Because when you start saying it's time to kill cops, it's time to go out and shoot people because they're white, that's not free speech. That's a call to action. Just like if the Ku Klux Klan says it's time to go lynch black people and burn up their churches, that's a call for violent sedition against people's peace and freedom. And it is calling for organized murder. It is attempted capital murder. I'm no prosecutor, but I've studied the law, and I guarantee you, some white guy calls for white people to go kill people, and it starts happening. When those people get indicted for it, you get indicted as an accomplice. Does the head Don in a mafia organization go out and kill people? No, his soldiers and muscle do. But he'll get the death penalty when they get the death penalty if he gets caught, because he gave the order. And it makes me sick to watch the George Soros-run criminal operation try to take over alternative media, try to destroy the libertarian movement, try to go after patriots, and then try to put out a narrative that we want to kill cops, but they can't ever show a single clip of us saying it. That helped me wake up to this thing is, what is this obsession with killing cops? They want to kill cops, and they say we want to kill cops. And then I realized, oh my gosh, they're going to false flag us like 95. The good news is, they're bad apples, they're bad training, it's globalist culture, there's some really bad departments, but overall, stacking the police up against the police are more awake than the public, probably 5 times. I mean, the average cop I talk to, whether it's LA or Austin or New York, is like, absolutely we know Oklahoma City's an inside job. Absolutely we know the government's funding Al-Qaeda. Absolutely, we know the government ships in the drugs. Absolutely, we know there's a planned purge, the veterans and police down the road. Absolutely, we're pro-gun. Look at national polls. 98% of cops in national polls are pro-gun. If George Soros wants us to have a war with the police, what does that tell you? And if they take these examples of bad cops and create the perception that the police are out killing everybody, just like people have a perception that gun crime's way up. It's down 50+% since 92. Even the liberals admit that. In the LA Times and New York Times. Just type it in. We can type it in. Gun crime way down, but public thinks it's up. Same thing. Now, cops shooting the public is pretty much flat since about 2000. It was up in the 80s because of the whole crack war, but it's still way too much. And they're horrible cops. And these fraternal orders protect bad people in many cases. It's shameful. And you're destroying your own good name and your own profession. And I am the guy that wrote the book on fighting the police state, but not the police. Fighting the twisting and the destruction of peace officers and our local systems of government. There's CNN. Gun homicides, violence down sharply in past 20 years. Justice Department own numbers. But they admit that here and there, but never in the general. So I want to put together a special report where we got Louis Farrakhan calling for violence. We got these Black Lives Matter groups, kill the pigs, give them wings, pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. And then compare that to what would happen if I called for that. But, I mean, why would I call for killing black people randomly? Those are human beings. I would feel terrible. I mean, but then there's this mindless attitude like, well, we'll get you, and then we're gonna get you back. It's like when the globalists pushed a culture of black people couldn't kill each other because they were different colors. So it was like, oh, you're wearing blue or you're wearing red. And what is it? 76 to 90%, depending on where you are in the country. It's like 90% in Chicago, 90% or higher in, say, Compton, places in South Central, L.A. When you go and you look at those places, it's blacks killing blacks. Here's the crack cocaine. Here's the music telling you it's cool. And then here, you know, this guy's a Crip, this guy's a Blood. That's how stupid all of this is. And now they want us all to dress up like Crips and Bloods and just kill each other like a bunch of morons. This is so transparent, so over the top, and I can't believe that our government is that reckless. But our government isn't our government. It's a bunch of offshore globalists who'll destabilize the whole world. They'll turn ISIS loose, destroy the whole Middle East and Africa. Order out of chaos, that's their game. But I am calling, they got probable cause. These people are organizing murder of police and citizens. These people putting out these videos need to be raided today. And I guarantee you, you're going to find the literature and the statements and the plans to kill people. And they need to be indicted right now. And if they've got white supremacist groups running around organizing mass murder, they need to be indicted. But the white supremacists won't even shoot their mouths off like this. But see, they got White House backing to destabilize things. They're not going to crush these radical racist black groups until all hell hits the fan. Oh, they're going to get arrested. They're going to get killed. They're going to get put in prison. But they're going to be used first to start the nationwide riots. How about the police do their job, and the grand juries do their job, and the feds do their job? And how about, oh, I'm sorry, Eric Holder was a big radical communist black radical himself. Well, how about this new lady stops this? And how about you shut these people down? Oh, I'm sorry, George Soros put Obama in the White House. I'm sorry. These people are doing their jobs, aren't they? But let me talk to the young idiots who are shooting their mouths off. Some of them don't know they're run by the feds. You're the biggest morons on the planet. And you better come out right now and reverse all your murderous planning and all your murderous talk, or let me tell you something. You're going to end up in federal prison, or you're going to end up with the police when they finally unloose their leash, are going to kill you deader than a hammer, you stupid idiot. And Louis Farrakhan all crazed up there with a bunch of guys with bow ties. Louis Farrakhan isn't stupid. His buddy Gaddafi got set up and murdered by his precious Obama. What do you think they're going to do to you? You think they're going to let you get away with this? They're going to set you up in the end, Farrakhan. Maybe that's why you live in the Caribbean 9 months out of the year. Then flies in real quick to make these statements and gets out real quick like all the other billionaires. What is your problem, Farrakhan? Trying to start a race war in this country. I get the fact you don't like black people with their minimum sentences and people getting killed. But let me tell you something. What you're doing is not going to help black people. Let's hear you talk about abortion. Let's hear you talk about infanticide. Let's hear about all lives matter. Instead of shooting your mouth off. I guess Malcolm X stopped saying all white people are evil. We know what happened to him, huh? How long has the Nation of Islam been on the FBI payroll? How long has the Nation of Islam been on that Nation of Islam gravy train with the FBI? Because I'll tell you something. I used to read that and hear that, and I didn't believe it. But let me tell you, I've never seen anybody be able to get away with what you said and not get in trouble. But maybe you are just crazy, because you sure seem to love it when I talked about 1776 commencing again if they try to take our guns. But that's because it will commence, not because I want it to commence. I was there warning him that he better back down right now with his red coat garbage, and the globalists better understand that they're not going to have their takeover. It wasn't because I wanted innocent people to get killed. And yeah, I tell you, if the cop that shot that black guy in the back, who they've indicted, doesn't end up getting hard prison time or the death penalty, then I could see it. I wouldn't condone it if somebody went after him, but that would be logical. That would be justice. It's not justice to shoot some innocent cop in the back.
This is a protest, and this is a riot. If you can't tell the difference, then you are part of the problem. Infowars.com.
I have a dream.
I want to talk about a perfect storm today. And the perfect storm I'm going to discuss is a really good perfect storm. I have prayed, literally, to be able to find a high-quality gun sponsor that is affordable and that is extremely well-made and effective that I can promote to my audience. About 6 months ago, we get contacted by Head Down Firearms, hdfirearms.com. Low cost compared to competitors. super high quality, super lightweight, super accurate, and the experts salivate over it and love it. Their entire line of 5.56, 308, and their accessories are simply amazing, and it's designed by battle-hardened vets that know what they wish they would have had. You need to go to hdfirearms.com today, or you can visit headdownproducts.com. That's headdownproducts.com.